Parliamentarian. I'm here to hopefully answer any questions you guys might have.
It appears Audrey's having a little bit of audio trouble.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I can hear you.
I don't hear Audrey. Everybody else says you can hear her. Alrighty.
Hello, I'm Jessie Rush, your State Vice President. I'm so excited for FLC this year. I hope everyone has had a great time so far.
Hey y'all, my name is Carson Brown. I am serving as your State Historian Chaplain for this membership year. I hope everyone is having a great FLC, and I know that this will be your favorite workshop.
Alrighty, guys, in order to make this meeting run a little bit smoother, be sure that if you're experiencing any trouble or any delays during the video, be sure to turn your video off. It may help. And always remember to practice good virtual etiquette. And we'll be able to answer any of your questions at the end of the workshop if you guys have any. And without further ado, I guess let's get it started. Okay, do I have any secretaries out here? Surely there's a couple secretaries out of 134 people. Yeah, that's where my secretaries are at. Awesome. Alrighty. Is anyone a connector? Hopefully we've got a couple connectors. I know it's one of the tougher ones to get. Awesome. All right. Now really throw something special in the chat if you're a connector and a secretary. That's what I am. Awesome. Alrighty, guys, these next slides are just for you guys. So as a secretary, it is your job to diligently take minutes, otherwise known as notes, during all meetings, as well as present them to the rest of the officers in the time up until the next meeting. This means that you should have plenty of time to get everything typed up and passed out to your team. You should always remember that sooner is better. And you want to take down as much information as possible in order to be the most accurate. And these can include things like time, members who participated, the topic of discussion, etc. At the beginning of every meeting, there should be a roll call to determine attendance. As you may have guessed, that is your job as a secretary. You should carefully take note who is present and who is not. And if somebody's late, just keep track of when they arrived. Of course, it is expected of secretaries to always be vigilant and ready, because if you miss a topic of discussion, it can be very difficult to play catch up and will likely bring the meeting to a standstill while you're furiously scribbling notes. As you should be able to see over here, this picture depicts the correct format for typing up your minutes after your meeting has concluded. I personally just went online, found a template to copy and use for myself. Now there are several different styles, but they should all look relatively the same. As I previously mentioned, it's the secretary's job to conduct a roll call at the beginning of all meetings after the call to order. You can see on this picture that the hierarchy of this template reflects the schedule of a meeting. After your minutes are typed up correctly, you can email them to your local advisor to be approved or revised. Then, once given the green light, you can distribute them among your team. During the next meeting, any objections to the prior minutes should be brought to the table. Now, if there are no objections, then your minutes are officially approved. And now all you have to do is document that action on the minutes of your new meeting. It's a never-ending cycle. Okay, now some of you may think that this can be a boring role to perform, but the minutes are actually pertinent for keeping everyone updated. Just because you're taking down notes for each meeting doesn't mean that you can't participate in it though. You can make motions and second them too. You have the same rights in a meeting as every other officer, and your voice is always important, and that's no matter which position you are. Now, if your chapter assigns extra responsibilities, make sure to write some notes for yourself. Nobody likes rushing an assignment on the due date, so you can rectify that by keeping some personal notes. Okay, now that pretty much sums up your duties as a secretary. Now it's time to hear from our probably the most sophisticated position, Audrey Martin, who is our parliamentarian.
Thank you, Mason. What's up, everybody? I'm Audrey Martin, your state parliamentarian. As you guys can see, I'm a nurturer, so drop in the chat if you are also a nurturer.
I see people are asking if we're supposed to leave for trivia. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't gotten word from our state advisor whether or not we're supposed to. I know that we are running a little bit behind, but we'll try to rush it for you guys. Anyway,
Yes.
back to Audrey.
Okay, so this time last year I had no idea what parliamentary procedures even was, but I joined my chapter's Parli-Pro team and we won first at state, and since then it's kind of been something that I really enjoy. I'm sure a lot of you are asking what even is the importance of parliamentary procedures, but it's to ensure that meetings go smoothly and stay on track of a schedule or agenda. So there are 4 basic principles of parliamentary procedures, and the first one is only one motion or topic can be on the floor or being discussed at one time. If a chapter was discussing a fundraiser and a member began discussing a service project, that member would be out of order because it's a completely different subject. The second one is allow full and free discussion of each idea presented. The third one is every member has right to equal to every other member, which pretty much means every member is equal. And the last one is the will of the majority must carry out while also preserving the rights of the minority. The last slide I have is about professional discussion, and pretty much what that is professional courtesy. And professional courtesy should be displayed to all members regardless of their opinion on a motion. Presenting both pro and con viewpoints is often a productive and helps members see both sides of a motion before voting. Selling blue and gold sausage may be a great fundraiser, but unfortunately may not be approved by your school's administration if your FFA is already doing it. So to sum this slide up, it's pretty much just respect everyone and their opinions on each motion that you're talking about. So here I have something that my chapter and I put together. It's a really fun way that we like to practice Parli-Pro, and it is a really broke down version of everything I just spilled to you guys. I'm sure it's all pretty confusing. So here's one way that we like to practice it, and also feel completely free to use this activity in your chapter, and make sure you tag us on all social media so we can see it too. Okay, so now that we've learned a lot about parliamentary procedures, this is one way that my chapter likes to practice it. You're going to have a lot of things, but 3 things you really need to make sure you have is a glove, a mask, and to make sure that no one is allergic to any of these items. So what we have here today is pretzels, goldfish, M&Ms, and tuna. Are you ready to begin?
Madam Chair,
Jacob?
I move to add pretzels to the mix.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Jacob?
pretzels are the bomb and they're salty. Added.
Is there any more discussion? All those in favor of adding pretzels to the mix say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes have it, and we will add pretzels to the mix.
Madam Chair,
Tadpole.
I move to have add M&Ms to the mix.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Donald?
M&Ms are delicious and will make a great addition to the mix.
Are you guys ready to vote? All those in favor of adding M&Ms to the mix say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes have it, the motion is adopted, and we will add M&Ms to the mix.
Madam Chair,
Bottom.
I move to add tuna to the mix.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Tadpole?
tuna does not go with anything else in this mix.
Is there any more discussion? All those in favor of adding tuna to the mix say aye. All opposed say no.
No.
The noes have it, the motion has failed, and we will not be adding tuna to the mix.
Madam Chair,
Donald?
I move to add goldfish to the mix.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Jacob?
goldfish are also amazing and we should also add them to the mix.
All those in favor of adding goldfish to the mix say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes have it, the motion is adopted, and we will be adding goldfish to the mix. So this is just a fun way that my chapter kind of likes to practice stuff, and at the end you have a really nice snack. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I hope that you learned a lot about parliamentary procedures, and I hope that you learned a lot of things you can take back to help run your chapter meetings at your school or wherever you have your meetings. So up next, we will hear from one of our state vice presidents, Jesse Ross.
Thank you, Audrey. Hello, my name is Jessie Ross. I am the State Executive Council Vice President for Business Professionals of America. My voice is a guardian. Is there any guardians in here? If so, drop it below in the chat. Okay, so there are a few roles for the Vice President. Here are some examples. You'll assist the President as needed. So when necessary, you can help assist with coming up with chapter activities and chapter recruitment days, or even community service. Also, when necessary, you'll accept the duties of the president. So if the president is sick or out of town, you got to be ready to run the meeting. As well as that, you will assist in compiling and publishing local chapter reports. It's good to know what your local chapter is up to and see what they have been doing. Come up with really fun games. It is a really good team building. A fun game I like to play is Kahoot. You'll assist with recruiting and member activities. If your chapter has a recruiting day, you can help come up with games and help in the process of planning for what activities you want to do on the day. And this is optional, but it's very nice to send out thank you or birthday cards to members. It is thoughtful to send out a thank you to special people who you got to come visit your chapter or receive a birthday card on your birthday. That's just a little something special extra, but again, optional that you can do with your chapter. And now it's time for all of you historians and chaplains to listen up. Here is Carson Brown, your state historian chaplain.
Thank you, Jesse. All right, who in this workshop is in charge or tasked with bringing motivation or inspiration to their meetings? If so, drop that in the chat. Also, if you're a guardian, we should be friends, bro. So this section is all about historian chaplain's job of bringing the motivation and inspiration to your meetings. Historian chaplains are tasked with keeping the atmosphere positive while being orderly and on topic with the meeting. They are to be a liaison for the mid-level division, document all historical events, and provide inspiration and encouragement for their fellow officer team members. They are also in charge of appropriate devotional and allegiance activities. For my meetings. Good avenues and resources I have found are Google Images and Bing Images for quotes, YouTube for inspirational magazines or newspapers, and also historical figures such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, who came to this country in search of success. Walt Disney, who wanted to inspire people of all ages with his creativity. And Helen Keller, who was blind and deaf and wanted to create new opportunities for the blind and the deaf to learn. Now, there are duties for all positions as officers that we must follow, such as proofreading work, taking notes as for deadlines and dates, meeting updates or announcements, and also chapter-specific duties that your local advisor or other team members may assign you. We in charge of this workshop have also had some suggestions for your chapter and officer team. These recommendations you can take back to your team and advisor so that you can implement them. You can promote your chapter online. Your school's social media is a great resource for that. You can also set yearly goals. Setting goals for your chapter is very important. It also helps your chapter grow. You can spread the word about BPA to others and your friends in order to grow your membership in your chapter. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you will all take back and learn something from this workshop.
Alrighty, everybody, it looks like we are just about done. I just want to thank everybody today for coming out and listening to our workshop. And I hope you guys have a wonderful time in the next event, which is Trivia Showdown. And I hope you guys are ready for that because there are some big prizes to win. Alrighty,
And
guys, we'll see y'all.
Officers, I just put the Zoom link for the Trivia Showdown that's waiting for you all since your session went over. So if all of you will join the Zoom link that I just posted in the chat, that will take you to a Trivia Showdown that is about to start. They kind of waited so you all could join over there. So I would click on that link and just copy it, and then you guys can go join the Trivia Showdown.
Awesome, thank you. Alrighty, guys, we'll see y'all over there. Alrighty, it seems we got just a handful of people still in here. Just as a reminder, the link to the Trivia Showdown is in the chat. So if you guys want to quickly head over there, we've got a room just for you guys.
Hello?
Howdy. Did you just join in here just now? There are still people in the waiting room. So.
Hey, Ryan Witzik, are you logged into the virtual leadership experience? We need to end this meeting. Can you unmute?
Yeah, in right now.
Can you end the meeting? Thanks,
Sure.
Ryan. Okay.
Okay, I know this meeting is over, but I had a few questions.
Okay,
So
real quick, yes.
So the Zoom link for the Kahoot, are we supposed to Kahoot and be on the meeting at the same time?
No, yeah, that Zoom link will take you to a new meeting. So you need to leave this one and go to that Kahoot. Yes.
Okay, also one more question. How do I get my login for like the voices?
Visit the virtual concierge if you don't have your username and login, and we'll get it for you, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. See you later.
Bye.